Welcome to your yoga practice today. We're going to start with some breath work, so sit comfortably, cross-legged or kneeling, hands on your knees or lap with a straight spine, shoulders relaxed. Close your eyes, soften your facial expression and take a few deep breaths, perhaps in through the nose and out through the mouth to relax the jaw. This breathing exercise that we're going to practice is called Nauli Kriya, and it's best done on an empty stomach. We'll prepare by taking a very deep breath in through the nose. Breathe in as much as you can. Exhale completely through the mouth, empty the lungs. And for this first one, just holding the breath out for as long as you comfortably can. See how that feels. And when you need to breathe in, not at the point of gasping for air, shouldn't feel panicky. When you need to breathe in, just take a breath in, relax, notice how it feels. And then we're going to introduce the pulsing of the stomach with the breath out. So let's take another deep breath in. Breathe all the way out. Press your hands onto your knees. Draw your chin toward your collarbones. Hold the breath out and start to pulse your belly button in and up. And then relax. Belly button in and up. And then relax. Do it as many times as you can with the breath held out. On the last one, maybe you linger, holding the belly button in and up a little longer. And then relax, inhale. Notice how that feels. And perhaps we'll try that twice more. So a deep breath in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Breathe all the way out, empty the lungs. Press your hands onto your knees, draw your chin toward your collarbones and start to pulse the belly button in and up. Almost feels like you're trying to hollow out your torso, hollow out your tummy. The last one you hold, as many as you can, but the last one you hold, and then inhale and relax again. And the invitation is to do one more of those, but in your own time. I'll talk you into it. It's a deep breath in. You breathe all the way out. Hold the breath out, press your hands onto your knees and then begin. And when you feel like you've reached your limit, maybe that last one you linger and then breathe in and relax. Relax, relax, completely relax. Your face, your jaw, keep your eyes closed. Turn your gaze behind your closed eyes toward your third eye, that space between the eyebrows, the eye that looks within. Notice how you feel mentally, physically. Maybe touching base with your body by placing a hand on your heart, a hand on your abdomen. Again, just sort of landing at your heart, landing at your solar plexus, your sacral chakra. Notice how you feel. Remind yourself that this is your time to honor what you need. Remember that whatever I say is merely a suggestion. Take what you need, leave what you don't. So the invitation now is to return the hands to the knees and just start to mobilize the neck. So that might look like semicircles, sort of rolling left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. Or you might like to take that into full circles. A few one way, a few the other way, lingering in any tight spots. And sometimes it's nice, if there is a particular point of tension, to bring your hand up to the neck and just give your neck a gentle massage, bringing some touch to the neck, to the shoulders, part of the body that can get really tense, that can need extra TLC. And then bringing the head back into the center once you've completed that, and perhaps taking a few big shoulder rolls in one direction, in the other direction. Letting the shoulders relax and beginning these little spirals. So hands on the knees and visualize the column of your spine And start to draw little circles around the column of your spine. So you're circling your torso, and maybe it starts quite small and the movement gradually builds. So it really feels like you're creating a spiral, drawing a spiral through space with your body. And then change direction. So a few spirals the other way. It can be as big as you like. I like to start small and let the movement organically grow. Returning to the center, hands to the knees, sit tall, take a deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, can you bring your left shoulder over to your right knee? So it's like a twisted forward fold. And then inhale to the center. And as you exhale, right shoulder over to your left knee. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to the center. Exhale, opposite shoulder to knee. Inhale, center, sit tall. Exhale, changing sides. Inhale to the center and sweep the arms all the way up for the sky. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, let's place the right hand on the floor beside us. Bring your left hand to behind your head. Point the left elbow up and back towards the wall behind you as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring your left elbow down towards your right elbow or wrist. Do that a couple more times. And then maybe bringing that into a side stretch, so reaching the arm over to the side and then sitting up tall, reaching your arm up for the sky and taking your opposite hand and starting to pat your side body. Just kind of awakening your body with touch, so firmly patting. It can be the collarbone, it could be the rib cage, it could be the tummy, it could be the parts of the back that you can reach, your armpit. Nice firm patting, and then stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. And then exhale, both hands on the floor beside you. Take a moment to see how that feels, one side compared to the other, and then we'll change sides. So both arms stretching up, deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bringing your left hand to the floor beside you, taking your right hand behind your head, pointing your right elbow back towards the space behind you as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, bringing your right elbow down toward your left elbow or your left wrist. A few of those. So working into the side body, but also into a twist. And then reaching the right arm up and over into a side stretch and taking a deep breath into that right lung, coming all the way back up to upright, stretching your right arm up for the ceiling, taking your left hand and patting your waist, patting your ribs, patting your tummy, patting the parts of your back that you can reach, your armpit, your collarbone. It can be quite firm, sort of trusting that you're not going to do that too hard. This patting motion is really to invigorate. You might feel how it invigorates your lungs. Take a breath there. With the hands on the floor beside you, just noticing how it feels. Relax your jaw, relax your facial expression. And then from there, let's come up into tabletop. So that's hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And start those lovely undulating movements of waving the spine through cat-cow pose. Again, working with the breath here, so perhaps inhaling through the nose as you drop the belly down and taking a big open mouth exhale as you round the spine into angry cat. And in angry cat pose, it's a feeling of reaching the back of the heart up towards the sky. Add in any movements here that feel really good. We might call them wild cat-cows, make them your own. And then let's meet in a downward facing dog, taking a similar approach here. So moving in a way that feels primal. You're following your instinct. You're following the call of your body to do this and that, to do what feels medicinal. And that's what this movement should be. It should be medicinal. Nothing more, nothing less. And then starting to take a little walk along the mat, 5 or 10 steps to come up to your hands. Feet hips distance or maybe a little wider. Soft knees or even a generous bend to the knees if the back needs that. Just swish and sway from right to left. I like to hold opposite elbows here. Maybe you might like to bring the hands to behind the head or give your shoulders another massage. Again, be intuitive. And then bone by bone, rolling up to stand. Once standing, take a deep breath, sweeping the arms overhead, touching the palms and lifting up onto the balls of your feet. Playing with your balance there for a moment before exhaling into another forward fold, the crown of the head coming down toward the earth. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands to the shins. Exhale, hands to the mat, step left foot, right foot to plank. Lower the knees, come into a cow pose, drop the belly down, breathe in, and as you breathe out, bend the elbows, melting the heart to the earth. Lengthening back through the legs, roll the shoulders back for a sweet cobra, releasing back down, and repeat, roll the shoulders back, rippling the spine into a cobra and releasing back down. One more of those, perhaps with this one lifting up a little higher, and then melting the forehead back down to the mat, using your arm strength to press up and back, perhaps for a pause in a child's pose before meeting in downward facing dog. Pedal the legs, and then stepping left foot, right foot forward, lengthening the spine, inhale. As you exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweeping the arms, the head, the chest all the way up, lifting up onto the balls of the feet. Make your body as long as you can. Exhale, hands to prayer pose in front of the heart, heels to the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up again, come up onto that tippy toe balance, maybe this time lifting your gaze a little. Exhale, fold forward, heels to the mat, crown of the head to the earth. Lengthen the spine, breathe in. Hands to the mat, exhale, right foot, left foot, plank pose, knees to the mat for cow, belly down, and then melt the heart all the way down to the earth. Legs long, squeeze the buttocks as you roll the shoulders back and lift the heart to cobra, maybe slightly lifting the chin, slightly lifting the gaze, bringing in that energy of optimism, and then releasing back down to the ground and pressing back to downward facing dog. Again, any movements there that feel really, really good. A few open mouth exhales are often quite welcome here. And then we'll lead with the right leg as we step forward to the hands. Coming halfway up, big breath in, fill the lungs. Breathing out, fold forward, let the head go heavy. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide and lift all the way up. The heels can come up again, balance. And then hands to prayer pose, heels to the mat. Keep your eyes steady as we go again, sweeping the arms up. Come onto the balls of the feet. Breathe in as you breathe out, melt forward and down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Let's bring in a chair pose now, so bending the knees and reaching the arms up high. And then exhale, Uttanasana, fold forward again. Lengthen the spine, breathe in, eyes forward. Breathe out, let's step the left leg back, pop the left knee on the mat and lift into a low lunge pose, pressing your hips forwards. And then with your exhale, let's press the hips back, straightening the right leg into half monkey or half splits pose. Rebend the right leg, lift the arms up and perhaps lift the left knee so we come into a high lunge. And then hands to the mat, step back into a full plank, eyes slightly forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. a cobra pose. Roll the shoulders back, lift up, breathe in, breathe out, melt all the way back down. And then either another cobra or this time upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Take a breath. And then let's squeeze the left knee into the chest. Step back to downward dog, and then step the left foot between the hands, lifting the right leg up behind you into warrior three. Another balance here. Keep your eyes steady. Bring the right knee up into the chest as if you were marching, and then place the feet side by side at the top of the mat, reaching the arms up for the ceiling, lifting the heels. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Let's try all that on the other side. Utkatasana, chair pose. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Uttanasana, forward fold. Lengthen the spine. Breathe in. Breathe out, step the right foot back. Lower the right knee to the mat. Lift the chest, lift the arms. Low lunge pose, perhaps eyes slightly up toward the hands. Breathe in. As you breathe out, back into half splits. I like to reach the arms back to play with my balance a little rather than touching the hands to the floor, but you choose what works best. And then sweeping forward and up into that crescent lunge. So left leg bends, right knee lifts, arms up for the ceiling. Then hands to the mat and step back into plank pose. Eyes slightly forward as you, with strength, with control, lower the chest. A cobra. Release back down. And then either another cobra or maybe into an upward facing dog. Meeting in downward facing dog for a breath. As you exhale, let's squeeze the right knee into the chest. Step back to downward dog, breathe in. Right knee to chest and then right foot between your hands. You can keep the fingertips on the floor as you shift your weight into your right foot and lift your left leg up. And then choose, fingertips can stay on the floor, you might sweep your arms back. Warrior three. From warrior three, bring the left knee up into the chest, standing up as if you were marching, and then placing the left foot next to the right foot, top of the mat. Stretch the arms up for the ceiling, lift the heels, maybe lift the gaze, breathe in, and breathe out, fold forward. Back up into chair pose, breathing in. Breathing out to fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, travel to plank and lower the chest toward the mat. Open heart in cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Let's take a big breath here as the sitting bones lift up. Inhale. Exhale, glancing forwards and hopping or stepping towards the top of the mat. Adjusting the feet so that they're wide to about the width of the mat, toes slightly angled out. Don't worry if your heels don't quite land on the floor, that might come with practice. It might be a little more of a balance challenge if your heels don't land, and if you do have cushions nearby, feel free to snuggle them underneath your heels. This is called Malasana, yogi squat. We have the elbows inside the knees, the hands in prayer pose. Feel your chest lift towards your chin as you stay low in your hips. After a breath or two more, we'll release the hips to the floor, and that might be with the help of the hands, but we're heading into boat pose. Fantastic position to strengthen the core, to strengthen the hip flexors. You're going to keep your knees together here and your ankles in line with your knees. Unless you fancy more of a challenge, straighten your legs up, go for it. Keeping the heart up, the spine long, and the facial expression relaxed. Inhale, and as you exhale, let's come to low boat. So straightening the legs out in front of you, bringing the lower back to the floor, but keeping the shoulder blades lifted. Point your toes, squeeze your thighs, hold it strong. You're so strong. Stay there a couple more seconds. Well done, and release. Flatten onto the floor. Maybe a big sigh comes with that. Maybe even a little smile. And there's time now. There's time to participate in any movements that you're craving. Anything to mobilize your spine. Anything to stretch your body in a way that feels really, really good to you. Now, our next meeting point is going to be in seated once again for our closing meditation. So yeah, any of those final movements, and then let's rearrange and meet in a comfortable seated position where we'll look to steady the fluctuations of the mind. And we'll do that by closing the eyes, maybe taking a few shoulder rolls, by sitting with a long spine, an alert yet relaxed posture. And behind your closed eyes, maybe turning your gaze up towards your third eye, that sweet spot between the eyebrows, the eye that gazes within, and turn that inner gaze on, bringing the hands to meet in prayer pose, taking a few deep breaths there. Connect to your intuition. Connect to that inner knowing that you are strong, that whatever today has for you, you will meet it with your best self. Bowing the chin toward the chest, maybe even slightly lifting the corners of the mouth into a soft smile. Bowing to the teacher of your heart, taking a deep breath, and bowing forward to the earth, maybe touching the forehead to the ground. Namaste.